Hello, hello. I'm Melissa.
And I'm Donna.
We're here sharing what we've learned as women, entrepreneurs, and moms.
All while rocking our curves with confidence.
It's a behind-the-scenes look at our lives and businesses.
And a chance to tell our younger selves, go do the things that scare you. So let's talk about the permission that we need to give ourselves about being mediocre. So This is definitely my week to be mediocre with some stuff going on. But I think, we spend so much time holding ourselves to a very high standard and feel so much guilt with stepping away, stepping off, stepping down from that high standard.
I don't know why we do that, though.
Especially, as entrepreneurs, as mamas.
Yeah. I think you need it, though.
Oh, you do, yeah.
I think you need it in order to... And I think for me...
Survive.
Yeah. For me, this year has been about that. It hasn't been about the hustle. I feel like when I start to hustle, I'm like, hey, Melissa, take a step back, take a day, regroup, watch Housewives, go to lunch, grab yourself something you want, do the things that make you happy today. Because I find that if I do that, I can fully recharge. And I've noticed over the last little while, if I keep going, like I already said to Paul, this Sunday, I'm not doing anything at all because I know tonight we're at hockey. Like today we're here together and then I'm going to pick up Lucas from work. Then I'm coming home and then I'm going to go meet my client and then I'm going to come home and then I'm going to go to St. George for a hockey game that won't end until midnight. And then I'm going to the casino because I already made those plans with my friend. I'm really excited about that. And then I'm up tomorrow morning and I'm in Toronto for my nephew's birthday party. And then I'm not home till 1 or 2 o'clock. And I know if I do not stop on Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to feel like shit on Monday. I'm going to have a sore throat. I'm going to feel like I'm getting sick. And I've recognized that as, Melissa, you're doing too much. Where before I was all, I'm just getting sick. But I think it's my body telling me,
whoa,
yeah, like slow down, lady, because you're doing too much.
You move too fast. Gotta make the
I don't feel like I'm moving too fast today. I feel like I'm going very, very slow. I feel
me too.
Oh man, this morning I was like, I said to you, I'm like, I'll just throw my hair up. I put makeup on and I'm like, you know what? I'm wearing my flip flops. I'm like, I don't give a shit right now. But to me, it was more exciting to be here and be with you than to be like looking pretty and
light your fire.
Yeah,
light your fire.
100%. And maybe I needed that today. Maybe I needed you to fill my cup today because I feel like this week has been. I knew it was going to be a busy week. Like I knew, like we had set different things, and I knew it. Like I said to Paul, this week's going to be crazy for me. So
and then it kind of blew up on my end.
Well, is what it is. That's life, man. What the hell, man?
Yeah.
But that's what's so good. That's what's so good. I think about, and I talked about you last night. I said I've never been in a partnership with anybody, and I said it's nice to have someone to bounce things off and to be like, it's okay, right? Like, because if it was just, say, me in that situation, I'd probably be like, it's okay, just keep going, right? But to have permission to give that to yourself and then to get that permission from someone else that's supporting you, I think is just as important, right? So like when I got your message, I was like, that's fine with me, man. Like, don't worry about it. Like, it's okay.
Right, and exactly, right? Like, what would you tell a friend? What would you tell a daughter? What would you tell a mother as opposed to what you tell yourself?
Oh, something totally different.
Yeah.
Right? I tell myself, no, just go. It's okay. Keep going. Just do it. But my friend would be like, no, take the time. Like, you slow down. Doesn't matter. It's okay. Like, why can't I say that to myself?
And your body sends you these little signals.
They do. I think recognizing them for me has been the biggest one this year. And I was like, having multiple autoimmune, I think I also need that too. Because otherwise my body starts going, you're crazy, lady. Like, take a minute and like take a breath. Or I'm going to make you take like a whole week breath. And then you're going to be like, Then you're going to
listen to me.
I have no choice. And then I'll be like, oh my God, I want to do something. But yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I would tell my younger self, I tell a friend, I tell a daughter, I tell a sister, I tell whoever, just take the time and know that your whole world is not going to fall apart. Like your business not going to fall apart. And truth be told is, I think if you have those people in your life that are pushing you through times, the business side and say, no, you have to do this, those aren't your people. Right? If someone doesn't understand you or doesn't understand what you could be going through, then maybe those aren't people you want to do business with.
Yeah.
Right? Or whatever you're doing that is what seemed important at that time. It's not really that important. Right? So, yeah.
Think how many moments as a young mother
Oh, my gosh.
that you're just like, stop. I need to get off.
Please leave the room. Please get out of here. Please, like, I need time. But I don't think I ever said it. Maybe I did once in a while. I think
I would call Sean. Yeah, it's important. You come home. You now have children, which is not a very nice thing to say, but
No,
just joking.
Being honest.
It is. I remember Bailey being sick one time, and I could never handle puke. Like if a kid starts puking, I'm like right there with him. I'm like, Sean, go! I can't do this. And she was so sick. And I was so tired because she was not sleeping. So we were not sleeping.
Yeah.
And I would sleep with her because Sean had to go to work. So, and then I just remember it got to a point where she would just throw up all over me because I'm like, I just can't do this. Just do what you need to do.
Did you ever, you just said something and I wanted to ask you a question. I can't remember for the life of me. Oh, I'll remember it in a second. I don't know. You said something and then I was like, yeah, it's going to drive me nuts.
It'll come back. It'll come back.
Me Nucking Futz. I don't remember it right now.
That's the worst, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, I don't know if I'm tired.
And
I don't know.
It can be like just a millisecond and it's gone and you're like, no, I had a great thought there. What the fuck is it?
Oh, no. Listen, I was pretty good with that kind of stuff with the kids. Like, I was okay with, like, the poo and the barf and stuff, but I have a really horrible, like, throw-up story. Maybe you don't want to hear it, but Lucas was really, really sick. And he had hot dogs and pickles. And he was up in the middle of the night. He's like, Mom, I don't feel good. And I remember him just vomiting all over his blanket. And Paul wraps up the blanket, throws it in the washing machine. Yeah. So the next morning, I go take it out. Yep.
I think I'm in a bar.
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
He washed the pickles and the hot dogs. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like down there. I was like, this is horrible. Oh my God, Paul. Why didn't you like just shake it outside? Why'd you throw the blanket out? I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, this is crazy.
Just throw that away.
We do not need that blanket.
No,
I was pretty good until that situation. Then I was like, every time I think of like vomit, I think of poor Lucas. I'm like, it wasn't even his fault. But I'm like, those for a long time.
I'm pretty sure Bailey was thrown up one night, and I remember running with her in my arms down the hall, and it's carpeted hall, and you're like, run, stubbing my toe on the way into the bathroom.
What?
Oh yeah, it broke. Oh yeah,
what?
It was the baby toe got caught on the edge of the door.
That's horrible.
You're like, don't drop the kid.
And you're cursing and you're like, then you get mad at the whole situation and you're like, this kid, the barf, like, my toe.
Seeing stars. Yeah.
I stubbed every toe. I've stubbed every toe. And I yell and scream every single time. So being mediocre, it's okay to be mediocre. It's okay to have those weeks. It's okay to have those moments. As a mother, as a woman, as a friend, in any situation, it's okay. It's okay to just be you in 100% capacity. But I think you need that time. And it's okay today for you to be like that. It's okay for both of us to be like that. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you takes those moments to, I think, realize that, take the minute, take the time, do it. Because if you don't have those moments, you just keep going, right?
Well, and like running businesses, you're showing up for others, right?
All the time.
And so there is a level of expectation in that. And if you can't show up in doing your best and you can't function, which is kind of today. Are you doing any service to them?
No.
Right. So
no, you're not even doing a service to yourself.
Take the time.
Yeah. First of all, you're not doing a service to yourself. You're not doing service to your business or your clients. You're not doing service to the people that work for you or work with you.
Yeah.
You can't do it. And I think that I would tell my younger self that you're going to have those moments. It's okay to stop. It's okay to take the time.
It's okay to be Nucking Futz.
Oh my God. I feel like that this week. I know it's been a crazy week for everybody. But as a as someone with older children, maybe as someone with parents that are getting older, there's going to be a lot of those moments. And I think we need to start being ready for those, like, you know, more so than we were before. Maybe we were a little bit more selfish before, but now it's like crazy. So I took this class Tuesday night. It's part of my Spiritually Wired membership. And they talked about feminine archetypes. Have you ever heard of that? Feminine, there's 7 of them. But this lady taught the class and she talked about 4 feminine archetypes. One being the maiden, one being the mother, one being the queen, and one being the crone. And
what was the last one?
Crone?
Crone? Okay.
Yeah. And that's kind of like she talked about it by age, but she also talked about it by, you can do it by your cycle too, right? Which is interesting. So the maiden is young, fresh, vibrant,
unjaded.
Exactly. Selfish. And we were talking about that. And then the next one is the mother. Like you're a mother, like and it doesn't have to be like mothering like a child. It could be mothering a community or growing a community, or you're in that moment where everything is about that situation, right?
Or mothering dogs. Doesn't that just sound like a happy thing?
Oh, I don't even want to talk about dogs.
Dog.
Oh, Paul called me before I came. Yeah, Enzo's best friend had to be.
Oh no!
Oh my God, I was bawling. I'm like, oh my God, it's Enzo's only friend. My dog only has one friend because he can't stand his sister, and I was just like bawling.
Oh no!
Like bawling. I'm like, what the heck? He's like, yeah. He goes, they put him down last week, and I was like,
oh.
He'd been sick for a little bit, but every time I say the dog's name, he gets like so excited, and I just was like, oh. I never really felt like that about dogs until I had Enzo. And then I was like, I get why people are dog people. Like that love, the look,
So happy to see you every time they see you.
I know. They said something about like if you look into a dog's eyes, it actually, I don't know, does something to you. It like, or it causes,
fills your heart with love.
Yeah, that too. But it causes like something in the brain to like calm down, or I don't know. I thought it was really cool. So she talks about that weird thing, and then she talks about the goddess, and the goddess is kind of like a mixture of, you're redefining yourself, you're searching, you're stepping into your own, and then she was saying, well, that's kind of like what we go through during like perimenopause. They said that midlife crisis, but it's not maybe a midlife crisis. Maybe it's coming into yourself and
a little bit more self-confidence.
Yeah, and you finding your way and doing things for you, and then the crone was like wisdom. Like you have this wisdom that you're not bothered by anything. You're just like, yeah, this is who I am, kind of thing. And I said to her,
it's like those seniors that just call it all out.
Yeah, exactly. You don't care. Like you just like
you're done giving a shit.
So when she said this, I said to her, she says, do you resonate with any of the archetypes? And I was like, well, I kind of feel like I'm the maiden. And she's like, starts laughing, and I said, well, I feel like I kind of went to the mothering phase because I had children, not necessarily because that's what it is, and that I just mothered like right away. Like I was young and I kind of was maybe jaded from having children young, and now it's like I don't really give a shit. Like I want to do what I want to do. And then she says, wait till you read about the goddess. And we talk about the goddess, or sorry, it's not even the goddess, it's the queen. So queen energy, that's what it's called, the queen. And she's like, wait till you hear about the queen. And I was like, fuck yeah, that's exactly who I am. And I think that's like, you look at that and you're like, wow, I should bring more about it. But I thought it was really interesting. And it talks about like different energies you have at different points in your life, and you can relate them to your cycle, or you can relate them to different points in your life. But
I've never heard of those before.
Yeah, it was really interesting, and it like really resonated with me. And I'm like, I kind of feel like I'm a maiden because I want to be selfish and I want to like stamp my feet and be like, no, this is what I want to do. But at the same time, I want to be like,
crone.
Yeah, well, I'm that all the time. I know everything. I'll tell you everything. So yeah, it was interesting. But you look at that and then you think, okay, we talk about that, and then it's like, do you go back to that mothering phase? Because then you're dealing with,
God, no.
Right? Because and that's what she said. So you can have little bits of all these archetypes within you, but she says, one of the women in the group says, well, I feel like I'm right back to the mothering phase. Like my mother's moved in with me. I have to take care of her, and I'm like right back to doing that again. So it's interesting. She said there's 7 of them, but she narrowed it down to 4, and I was like, man, I get that. Like, I get that, and I get those. I could resonate with every single one of them. So it's like thinking about you, right? Like, you're like, you
taking care of.
You were a little bit, you're still queen energy, but you've been the queen for so long. And now it's like, maybe it's hard to flip that switch again, right? Because this was your time, and it's, maybe you need to be like, okay, I got to be a mother again, which is hard to do in that sort of respect. So maybe your body's telling you, or your life's telling you, take a minute, slow down, enjoy these moments, do the things, and it's okay. But you're busy, man. You're busier than me, I think.
I don't think.
I do. I think you're all
slow down. You move too fast.
Overachiever. Things you have asked proudly. Oh, everything in life. No, I'm joking.
So we get through the day. We're just half-assing it.
Half-ass laundry? Yeah, it's in the washing machine right now, and I can't tell you if I've washed it 2 times, 3 times, or 4 times because I'm like too fucking lazy to put in the dryer.
Dishwasher? I put them in. Someone else takes them out. So that's my half-ass.
No. Well, my laundry room is like a closet. It's in the basement. And I literally wash the clothes. And then when I decide to dry them, if I haven't washed them 3 times already, I take them out.
Because they get stuck in there, and then they get that smell. And you got to get that smell out. Because
then my kids fucking open the dryer. And then they're like, okay, I'll just wear these underwear like damp or whatever. And then they leave the freaking dryer open. And I'm like, what are you doing leaving the dryer open? I go down there and I'm like, really? And I'll wash them again. But then I can't complain because I'm the same. I'm like, I don't throw them more. But then I fold everything and I leave them downstairs. I leave them in my laundry room. They come down and pick what they need. I do not bring them up. I refuse to put them away. I refuse to do that. I will.
Sean feels the same way.
Oh. That's Sean. I love you. I'm like, no fucking way I'm putting that away.
He is so tidy. Yeah. Like, he was so hoodwinked when he got me. But yeah, he takes care of me. I love it. He cooks. He cleans. He keeps me.
It's like Paul's home today doing work, and I said to him, do you have plans for today? And he's like, well, I'm going to work on some quotes. And I said, do you mind finishing the laundry? I said, do you mind sending this email to this person? Do you mind doing this? Do you mind doing that? He's like, yes, no problem, Melissa. So then I'm driving and I'm like, can you please? He's like, yes, I will. But it's nice. It's nice to have that person because they understand you. They don't judge you for like those moments.
And then you just don't feel so half-assed.
No. Right. But that's what a partnership is.
Because you're still getting done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether you do it, they do it, you do it equally. Well, you started it, they finish it, vice versa, right? That's what it's about.
And sometimes it's about, just starting, right? Like
starting's the worst.
It is, right? And so you feel like it's half-assed, but it's like half empty, half full, right? Like, okay, you started. That's a good thing.
Did you grow up in a house where you had to like clean and do like chores and stuff? Or
I don't remember it to the extent that my girlfriend, whenever I ever went over to my girlfriend's house, she was Italian. And like Saturday morning, we had to like dust and vacuum everything before we could go do anything.
At her house, not your house.
Yeah, yeah. So and I don't remember that at my house. I had chores. Like we cut the grass, we took the garbage out, dishwasher, stuff like that. But not to the extent like it was there. Like it was like you were not doing anything else. I don't care who's here. You got to do this.
My mom was like that certain times, like certain things. I don't know if it was like based on how mad she was at me or like whatever, but it was like I did the bathroom. I had to like dust certain things. Like
I don't remember dusting or doing bathrooms or vacuuming as a kid.
Oh, those are the ones I did.
I remember leaves out. And we had to finish the leaves before we could come in. Nope, like it sounds like labor camp, but it was like dark. You feel like it's midnight at night. It's probably like 6 p.m. because it's the fall now, and right. And there were the oak leaves and
they're the worst.
Yeah.
No, I did, and I hated it. I hated chores. I think that's why I hate them now. But I think it's because I had to do them as a kid, where I think Paul didn't have to do them. So now it's like he's just does them because he's like, well, I never had to do them, so now I'm going to do it. But I can't stand it, man. I am honest 150%. I fucking hate chores. I do not like them. the problem with me is I grew up in such a particular house. Like my mom was so particular with things. So my mom would like iron clothes a certain way and you'd have to fold them a certain way. Like my mom would like refold my clothes. I'd put them away and they weren't put away right. And I'm like, they're just in my goddamn drawer. Like just leave them. And I remember these situations. And I think if I clean, like I clean my bathroom, not that I don't clean, I do clean, but I cleaned my bathroom the other day and I was like, okay, I'm going to clean the bathroom today. But it's not just like I wipe things down. I'm like, I put on my crappy clothes. I like put them
clean.
That's how I clean. If I'm going to clean, I'm going to clean.
Toothbrush. Let's go.
And I'm like, I'm going to spend 4 hours cleaning and that's what I'm going to do. I can't just go wipe things and vacuum. And like, that's just like wasting my time.
I remember my mom ironing. So if we were ever home sick, I remember the baseball game being on and her ironing. She loved to iron.
I do like ironing.
Even when she would come up, when the kids were young and she would come up with us, she would always iron Sean's shirts. Because he always wore dress,
like my dad.
Right, a suit. And she would love, like she would iron 25 shirts.
And I was like, thing has to
I was not allowed to iron Sean's shirts because I did not do a good job.
Yeah, that's like my mom.
And I'm like, yep.
Perfect, thank you. When my mom broke her ankle, oh my God, I think I was like 14 or 15 and she broke her ankle and she was in a non-walking cast for like 6 or 8 weeks. Dude, she was going nuts. She was like, Melissa, she's like, but I did it all. I did the laundry. I did everything. I cooked dinner for my dad and my brother. Like that stuff didn't bother me. I don't mind like helping and doing that sort of stuff. But I remember ironing and I was so nervous because my dad even had a handkerchief, right? So I'd have to iron the handkerchief. And I was like, what the? And my mom was like, the crease needs to be in the front and the shirt has to be folded on this side. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get in so much trouble if I don't do this right. So yeah, in terms of chores, I do them, but I don't like doing them. And I only do them, honestly, like if you ever come to my house, I probably do them 15 minutes before you come over. Because I don't want to spend my time doing that. And I don't know. And maybe that's just being mediocre. I'm okay with that. I don't live in a dirty house. I don't live in a house that's like untidy. I'm very particular too in terms of stuff being away. Like I get in this argument. I think
place for everything and everything in its place.
People in my house like leaving piles. I leave piles in my bedroom. I like leave piles on my floor. I leave piles on my chair. I leave piles in my closet, but I shut my door and I don't see it. People like to leave piles everywhere in my house and it drives me bananas. So I like tidy everything. And for me, because I work from home a lot, I tidy everything before I work. So I have to.
Nice clean place to work.
Right? Like
mine is chaos. Mine is always chaos. I'll go sit in the boardroom at work because it's nice and clean and my office is, what the hell happened here? But
but you can work in chaos. Maybe that's where your energy comes from. Like maybe it's easy for you. For me, it's like I just need to be organized. Like, and I don't find I'm organized unless my desk's clean.
Yes,
and
it makes a difference.
For me, it does at least.
Yeah,
not everybody, but yeah. Don't have me do chores, man. I had a cleaning lady for a while and I loved it, and then I was like, maybe I'll do this. Maybe we should hire again. Because I'm like, I can't stand this. It's hard, right? Like when you're working.
Well, and it's one of those things that's so never ending. As soon as you're done.
Yeah.
I did kill a spider yesterday. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Good for you.
I know that's a remarkable thing. And that's not something you can do half-ass. You got to go all in on that. I remember
weird bugs in my house.
First spider I killed was our first house in Sarnia on Roseland. Look at me remembering. And I am sitting there, and there's this spider on the wall. I'm watching TV. There's a spider on the wall. Oh, yeah. And nobody's home. And I'm like having heart palpitations, literally, because of this stupid little spider. And I get up with the Kleenex box, and I get close to it. I can't breathe. I got to step back from it. I get close to it again. I can't breathe. Like I am like gonna faint. And I remember going at it so hard, and I got it.
Oh, I was gonna say, did it go away?
No.
It's like those don't bother me. I'm not a spider. I don't mind. I can kill a spider, bees, wasps, anything that flies. Cicadas. You see me run down the street. I have literally pulled my car over if there has been a bee in my car. I'm like, I'm like, get the bee out of my car, man. I do not like those things. But that comes from like when I was really little. I was stung multiple times. I was at my grandmother's cottage. We were in Nova Scotia. I'll never forget. They were cutting the treetops down. and I think a nest must have fallen. We were taking those leaves and treetops up,
Oh.
and then I remember, you know what? I can't remember what I was wearing. I was wearing acid wash jean shorts,
Oh my gosh.
right? And I was wearing a Batman t-shirt. Batman just came out, and I was like, put my hands in my pocket, and I was like, ouch. And then I was like, ouch. I'm like, what is that? And I looked down my shirt, and all I saw was bees. And I was like, what the hell? I like took my shirt off. I took my pants off. I ran up to the cottage, and my grandmother turns to me and says, oh, you're getting boobies. I'm like, thanks. I'm like, what the hell, man?
Bee stings.
literally. But I was like, what the hell? I'm like, this is what you're saying to me. And I'm like, I think I was stung like 8 times. But ever since then, not a fan. Not a fan. I was also stung on my toe before a wedding one time by this big black bee thing. I don't know what it was. I was like, ugh, not my thing. Bees. I can do spiders all day long.
Oh, no. Only I can do a daddy long leg spider. Not a dandy.
Because they have no weight.
I'm not sure why. But as kids up at the cottage, like we would let them.
Really?
Yeah. So I have no idea why my fear of
Because they're
regular
not heavy.
spiders, and I don't know. It's so and funny because I really didn't want my kids to have that fear. I was really so I really tried to play it cool anytime a spider was. But Bailey, she has that fear naturally. It wasn't me. It was me. I was like played so cool around spiders, and then she had it, and I was like, okay.
Earwigs.
Ugh.
Oh,
What is the point of an earwig?
I don't know, but earwigs and me do not get along
Yeah.
at all. When I was little, we're big tea drinkers, and you dunk your cookie in the tea, and
I don't know if earwigs came along later because I don't remember them as a kid.
you get them in cycles, I think. I don't know. Sometimes I see them.
Like as an adult, I remember earwigs and like,
So
what
much.
the heck is this gross thing?
So disgusting. And it's like where the dampness is. And I dump my tea, like my
Soy
cookie in the
sauce
tea.
gets rid of them.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, salty. Maybe because it like dehydrates them. I drank the end of my tea and I was like,
Oh.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That is so gross.
I was eating oatmeal raisin cookies. So I'm like, oh, is this a raisin? No. And I spit it out because, yeah, I'm not even joking. It was an earwig. And I tell this story a lot. So this is probably not really great to say, but you know those very famous mugs that everyone uses with the straw? Mm-hmm. Make sure you get a cap for it. Because earwigs like to live in that straw if you leave it open. Twice in the last year, I've gone to drink it, and
protein.
No. I like spit it out, and I call Paul. I'm like, can you? He goes, you're not. He goes, you and the earwigs. I do not know what it is. But now every time I go to drink out of my mug, I like rinse it. I put fresh water in. I'm like, it's disgusting. Oh my gosh. Yeah, me and earwigs are no good, girl. No good. You said things you have asked proudly. School lunches, folding laundry, Pinterest fails. What do you mean by Pinterest fails? Oh,
like posting, I guess.
Yeah.
Posting.
Yeah. Like just posting things?
Yeah. On your socials. I have to say I have not been on my social medias for probably over a year.
Is that really a fail though? It's probably
No.
It's probably a good thing.
I mean, I am all over social media because she's got legs.
Yeah.
Right? So with that, it was just too much for me.
It is too much
I
sometimes.
step back. And reality is I don't post those things, right? I'm just there.
Yeah.
They're taking care of all the video, all the content, and then it's me out there representing the Chippa Girls.
Love it. Love it. So we're talking about that last night in that networking event or that branding session. And they were talking about posting things like half-ass, like, and they said something like, if it doesn't fully resonate with you, like even trends, like, oh, let's get on this trend or let's do this. Like if it doesn't align.
Today is Life of a Showgirl.
Oh, I'm not a Taylor Swift person.
But you knew who I was.
I know, because everyone keeps talking about it. And I was thinking about, who is this? I was thinking, is it that movie I watched when I was like 10, 12, 13 years old? Showgirls with what's her name? Do you remember that movie? Saved by the Bell? The girl from Saved by the... But maybe I wasn't... You watched when Saved by the Bell. There's a girl that had Elizabeth... Anyway, she had really curly hair and she was like Showgirl. And it was like really crazy. But only because people have talked about it since last night. They were like, oh my God, Taylor Swift thing comes out tonight. Yeah. And I was like,
big, huge hype.
Are you Swiftie?
I enjoy her music. I was not a huge Swiftie fan, but
Yeah.
I did go see her in concert,
Did you really?
but not like the last set. It was the one before. Like Bailey was young, and I didn't know any of her music. And I remember sitting there thinking,
She is amazing, though.
what an incredible performance
Yeah.
that she has put on. Like the whole production, it was like surreal. And I'm thinking, what a powerful woman.
She is. I agree with you 1000%. I think her business acumen, I think how she presents herself, I think all of it is very representative of a very good part. Like a
And we
very
have
good
two
thing.
Swifties in the house, in the family, 2.0, Bailey 2.0, and Yasmin.
Really?
Yeah, and huge Swifties. And so through them have learned about all the little intricate threads that she puts into all the work
Really?
that she does, like tying this song from this album to this song from that album. And I'm like that's a lot of forethought.
I think there was a documentary on her, right? On Netflix
Yes.
or something. I think I may have watched it, but I don't know. I probably fell asleep.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like her. I don't know. Like
I don't think she's much of a half-ass kind of girl.
No. Nothing.
But then
mediocre.
again, like that's what's portrayed.
Correct. Like we always
Right?
say, you never know what goes
You
on behind
don't.
closed doors.
You
And I'm
don't.
sure she's had some really hard moments.
Yeah, I'm sure
Especially
she
like
has.
look at when she was younger and then you see what's his name, Kanye West
Yeah.
on stage. Like
So, fun fact that I heard on the social last night was, if you look up the life of, when you're looking up songs and stuff, there's an album by Kanye called
Yeah.
The Life of Pablo.
yeah, there is.
So that's why her album is not called Showgirl. It's called The Life of a Showgirl.
So when it comes
look
up,
hers is going to beat him.
Oh, so smart. I love
I
it.
know,
I love
right?
it.
Like,
That's pretty genius.
yeah.
That's good. I love that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
I think she's great. I think she's really
I
good.
have no idea if there's truth to it, but that was,
I'm sure there is.
I'm sure there is.
Why wouldn't there be? I would be
Yeah.
like that. Sorry.
Totally,
That'd
right?
be me. I'd be like
Yeah.
like, let me go number one. Crazy story. I tell you about that. So brag about it.
Yeah.
Company name, brag about it jewelry. Had the company name for a while. And then all of a sudden there is a bigger company. I'm not going to name the name of it. But they started saying something Code Factory, brag about it. And like that was their tagline. Like just brag about it or brag about it. Something Code Factory, just brag about it. It's an American company. But when you typed in brag about it, I was ranked 1 on Google over them. And
That's
all of a
awesome.
sudden it went away. And I think because my business had grown so much so quickly way back when that like the SEO ranking or something was there. And then all of a sudden it was like, forget it. Like anytime you typed in my company name, that something would come up. Where if you typed in that, like it was
Couldn't
crazy.
find
I'll never forget it. And I'm like, really? I saw the commercial. I'm like, really? That's what you're saying? I'm like, you've been around for how many years? But I was like, So it did happen.
And that's the importance of trademarking.
Yeah, well, let's not talk about that.
Get that done.
Maybe I need to talk to a lawyer.
Get that done. I got a good one.
No, but I think I like Taylor Swift. Like I said, I don't know her music, but I just went to the Gaga concert,
Yes.
and for
Another powerful, right?
me, for me, that's
always stood
Yeah.
on her own 2 feet, done it her
Amazing.
own way.
And you know what? She has had mediocre moments, but she's been very honest about those moments. She talks about all her hardships. She talks about everything she's gone through. She takes steps back and she says, no, I need this time. So I love that for her. Like I think I've been a little monster forever, but I loved Gaga since she came out. So seeing her last time was amazing. Thank you to my girlfriend who took me. I was like, oh, would you like to come? I'm like, yeah. I would love
Yeah.
to come. When I saw her with Nathan, I said to Nathan loves music and he goes to every type of genre. So he's like Metallica or Pierce the Veil, or he went to Rolling Loud with
I
all
want
the
to go
rap.
see Youngblood.
Oh, did he just come?
He did. Yeah.
Why do I think my kid maybe went to that?
Oh.
Maybe. I don't know. My kids have seen a lot of stuff. They go to concerts a lot. But I like that they like all the genres.
Yeah.
And I remember going to this concert with Nathan. He actually bought the tickets for my birthday in 2022. And I remember him sitting there and saying, Mom, wow. I've never seen anybody like change costumes and put on like a performance. So,
And she's a costume, like,
oh
yeah.
God, she's awesome. So
I would have to say
awesome.
chaperone is another
Oh.
costume. Like, that
I
would
didn't
be
even know that.
fascinating to watch that performance, because I'm sure that's another
I heard
very
she-
theatrical, right, production.
But that's how music used to be when we were younger.
Yes.
It's not like that anymore. There's a lot of like auto-tune, and like even Lucas said to me the other day, Mom, listen to this song. He's like, do you like it? I'm like, yeah, it's not bad. Got some good beats in it. And he's like, that's all AI. That's not even a real person. I was like, what? He's like, that is completely AI, that song. Voice, everything. Like,
Wow.
what the heck, man? How is
I
that
just-
even possible?
Watch, they did a whole video or interview with an AI actress.
What?
Yeah,
That's scary.
it is scary.
I've even seen and I've heard that there's a lot of people that will be an individual and then they will have an AI character and they create OnlyFans accounts with those characters. So there's men that look like women in particular, and they sell that woman, AI, doing stuff, but they like move and they do all it, and that's what's making money. Isn't that nuts? I've seen it multiple times. It's probably about 3 or 4 times I've seen it. People talk about it.
That is it's
So
Wild
different.
West.
Yeah.
Very, what's going to happen
So
with
what's
this?
real and what's not real?
Yeah. Like the bunny, there's this video of bunnies jumping on a trampoline that it looks so real. Like it looks like, like the night camera. Like that's what it looks like.
It.
But it's all AI. And I'm like, that looks so real.
God,
I know you're not going to know what you're seeing.
nuts.
Yeah,
That's so nuts.
it is. But I will say that in the half-ass, like one of the things we use around the office is done is better than perfect, because you can
Always.
spend so much time, especially with our marketing, right? Like, because their focus is attention to detail, attention to, and you can't half-ass it when you're a business, right? Like it has to be professional looking.
But if you're waiting for perfect,
Exactly, you're never going to get it done, and that's detrimental.
yeah,
That stops you.
Agreed.
And there's so many things with that in life. I think that we sit with ourselves like, oh, but it's not perfect, but it's not perfect, but it's never going to be, right?
No, it's not.
It's not. Just do it.
Yeah, but when you were younger, everything would have to be perfect.
Yes.
You would, or at least you would think it had to be perfect, not necessarily be perfect. So I think that's what thing you tell your younger self.
Yeah. Give yourself a little grace.
Yeah, it's not going to be perfect. Just do it, finish it, the best of your ability, and move on.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes things will be great, and sometimes things won't be great, and that's okay if they're not great, right? It just, that's how they're supposed to be. And don't beat yourself up about it, because what are you going to do if you do? Like, you know what I mean? You can't
Throw
be
that
perfect.
laundry in again. It's not going anywhere.
Maybe a second and third and fourth time, depending on where you are on the weekend, or if you had a nap, or you're doing that. But you give yourself the permission to just be okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to be perfect, and just move on. Like, it's better to, like you said, be done, move on to the next thing, because the next thing may be like, wow, this is amazing, and I feel that it's perfect. Not necessarily perfect, but I feel that it's perfect, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that yeah, that's what I definitely think with that, because there's so many times, especially with jewelry, like making the jewelry, I think of it as this perfect. I'm a little bit perfectionist with the jewelry. I have to be honest.
Yeah.
I am. And maybe that's hard, but I do have a lot of scrap. Like I've had a lot of scrap over the year, because I just don't like the way the letters line up. And for me, it's not necessarily about being perfect. It's about would I wear it? And if I wouldn't wear it the way it looks, then I won't put it out. Because sometimes the letters aren't perfect, and I'm like, but this looks like great. Like, I love the way it looks. Sometimes it doesn't look
Well, it's
good.
like
and I'm
our mug,
Yeah.
right? Well, okay. I thought I ordered 2. I'm glad I didn't. But it's not perfect, and it really bothers me. And I was like, how can you let that out the door like that? Like
quality control.
what the heck?
Yeah, and would
So-
you do that yourself in your business? No.
No.
And I don't think in terms of business, sometimes we are perfectionists with our business, but that is okay. But there's parts of the business where it's okay to be
Yes.
okay with, like, just
Yeah.
okay, right? Like, there's other parts where, like, quality control for your leggings or
It's
whatever.
like if my office is a mess, okay.
Oh,
I will get to it eventually.
That is not going
right?
to affect anything.
Right. But checking quality, customer care, you know, the messages that we're sending out, like those have to be top of game.
Yep. As perfect as they can be. And they are really perfect. I see your stuff come up every day.
Thank you.
Oh, look what they're wearing today. Look what they're wearing today. Your stuff comes up all the time. All the time. I love it. I love seeing it. But I like seeing you on there. I like seeing all the women on there. I love seeing different representation. It's great to see. And I'm like, oh, look, there's mom, and there's like this person, and there's that person. And it's great to see because you really don't see that.
Well, and the world needs a whole lot of body positivity right now, right? Like just positivity right now.
Oh, 100%. Even I was Pennington's. So Pennington's, like I shop at Pennington's. I was never a big Pennington shopper. It was always Additional. And then Additional closed, and I think they merged with Pennington's or something. But Pennington's has really shifted their focus. I found them very like old clothes when I was younger. Yeah, they've
done a good job.
They've done a great job. But I don't even think they advertise with like models anymore. Everything is about real people. Yeah. It's like this person or that person or this person. And I think it's really cool
Human
to see
connection.
That. It's great. We've had a couple of people message recently about, love what we're doing, love what we're talking about. It's nice to see women in this space and talking about these different things, or going to be talking about it because we'll be launching soon. And one lady said to me the other day, it's really nice to see that the two of you are talking about everything that we should be talking about. It's not just one focus over another focus. So I said, thank you. It's very nice to hear. I said, we'll be talking about everything.
Yeah. That's what phase 2 can be guests on the show.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's not just us that have had this journey. Oh, gosh. No. So many people have had this journey.
I think having guests on the show would be great. And I think the people that have reached out, or anybody that, further wants to reach out.
Find it on our website.
Yeah.
And book.
And then we talked about doing other things too, right? Because sometimes I feel like we're really serious about a lot of things, but we're not really that serious about a lot of things. We are. We're very serious about things. We're very serious people. But we're very fun too. So I think actually doing some fun things.
We seriously want to have fun.
Oh, 100%.
Right?
Dude, I've been TikTok scrolling. I'm not even a TikToker. I tell you this all the time. And I'm like, what can we buy from here to try on or do? Man, that lip filler, it's not even from Sephora. I said it's from another company, so I'm going to order it. But every time it comes across, I'm like, oh my God, I got to figure out where to get it from. There's so many things.
We definitely have to do these stupid thing days.
100. But that's what makes it fun. That's what makes us who we are, right? Because we like to have fun. We like to talk serious conversations. We'll go to breakfast. We'll talk about life. We'll talk about this. We'll laugh. We'll cry. It
gets you through.
It does.
Get you through.
And having someone that does it with you is even better, right?
It is. Yeah.
You'd be crazy with your people.
Having a sounding board.
So the liberation of quitting. Times you walked away from something just because it just wasn't worth it. Have you ever walked away from anything?
Yep.
You have? Mm-hmm. Like business? Or life? Or friendship?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. There's lots of really, and we talked about finding your voice.
Yep.
Setting boundaries. We've had conversations on that. And it's knowing what is in alignment with you and where you're at, and knowing that this is not fitting, this is not working.
Yep. What does that feel like to you? What is the disalignment? Is that even a word? Because I'm just making up words here. But what is that? Unalignment? Inaligned? Unaligned? Misaligned? What does that feel like to you?
Uncomfortableness, anxiety.
Yep.
Your stomach.
Yep.
Can't breathe.
I can relate to that 100%.
Right?
I'm the exact same.
There's so many little signs that you get, like, hey, this isn't working.
Do you ever ignore it for a period of time?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I've done that with a couple friendships.
Because you're trying to be nice. You're trying to make it work. Am I just being too emotional? Am I just being a woman? You know how you go to that one, right? Am I thinking with my heart instead of my head? I'm very much a heart thinker.
Yeah, me too.
And
then I get mad and I think with my head and I say, fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever.
But I mean, I think it helps. I love that I think with my heart. I'll never apologize for doing that.
Agreed.
I'm also a spreadsheet girl, so it has to make sense, right? So
I'm not that spreadsheet girl.
Finding projects that I'm super passionate about. And, you know, sometimes you find those projects and the people that are involved in that are not in alignment with what you're at. So, you know, you kind of like, okay, what's going to happen?
And you stepped away from stuff?
Or
you've completed
realigned so that is not the situation that it used to be.
Yeah. I think myself, I've done it with friendships over the years. A lot of friends who I consider my friends are still in my life. Very few people I consider my friends are in my life, you being one of them, and a couple other people. Business, yes. I feel like at one time real estate wasn't aligned with what I was doing with my family, so I stepped away from that.
Yeah.
That was a really hard decision, but it felt right at that time. Brag about it actually a few times. I've had to step back because it became a job. So for me, I don't like anything to feel like work. I know that. I don't want it to be work. I want it to feel good, and I want to be passionate about it. I want to be happy about what I'm doing. So yeah, brag about it. I find because it's such a creative business that there's been times I've had my stuff in stores and I took all my stuff out of 8 stores because to me, it wasn't aligned with why I started Brag About It. Brag About It to me came out of love. I want to create because people want me to create for them. I want to be like, hey, Melissa, can you create this? To me, that call, that email, that conversation is more to me than someone ordering
pumping
something,
it through a
right?
store.
Yeah. And I remember these stores had like my rings in it, and they had it, and I remember I was making like 200 rings a week, and I was like, it's great. Like, trust me, the money's good. I appreciate that, but it's not what I want to do. I don't want to manufacture. I want to create. I want to be a creator. So,
and you can't create if you're not in the right headspace.
No, and that to me was like so much, and it was overwhelming that I was like, you know what? It's going to be a hard step back because the like financial side was great, but I'm like, it doesn't align with how I'm feeling. It doesn't make me feel like I'm a creator. Like,
and sometimes it feels like failure.
Yeah, it did. Right? It did because
and
then you
that's
have to
hard.
You have to like change direction. You
do.
have to pivot,
and you have to get your head in the right space. Yeah. That it's okay to do that.
Well, even recently with everything that's gone on between Canada and U.S., I have one supplier that supplies me with like discs. I love that quality of disc, and I just can't order that. I can't order that. Even like the artisan group I'm part of, I was asked to do 3 giftings recently to some very, very, very famous people. And I said to her, I can't do it. And she said, why? I said, 1, our Canada Post is on strike. And 2, I said, the tariffs and it coming to you, like I have to prepay that to go to you. And I'm like, it's not worth it for me. And not that it's not worth it. It's just, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Like I feel bad. So I looked at my business a little while ago and I was like, you know what? I have this silver clay. Why don't I just like put my head into it and start working with it? And I did. And I love it because it gives me complete freedom to create again. So like, you know, I can stamp on my own discs. I can stamp into the clay. I can, you know, embed stones, and my brain goes a mile a minute. So when I have the time, I can work and do it. And I love that. So yeah, misalignment does happen, but I think it happens for reasons, right?
Mm-hmm. It does. Your body is saying, hey.
Yeah, time to shift, do something different. Yeah. And in friendships, I've done it too. Like I've actually blocked people that I was friends with because you know what? I don't even want to see them on social media because when I see them, I get that feeling like you said, my stomach hurts, I feel anxious. I'm like, it just brings up emotion where it's like, ugh, I don't like that feeling. And I don't want to feel like that.
Yeah.
I don't.
You don't.
No.
And I think as adulting, right, you get older, and there are just sometimes you just have to do things, right? And it may not feel good in the moment, but you do have to get it done. But then you get to a point and you're kind of like, okay, how do I avoid that in the future? I know that, you know, I had to deal with that issue. I got through it, but I don't want to have to do it again. So, you know, like what are some of your tricks? And I think the trickiest one with that is family stuff. And so as an example, when we got married, and this was very, 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 very difficult for me, But I asked my father not to drink at our wedding.
Oh.
Which was a big thing for me. But it goes back to I have a lot of real bad moments from alcohol-related
Did he respect
situations. That? He did.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, that's really wonderful.
It was really wonderful.
So, were you scared to ask?
I was petrified. Like, that's a big ask for someone. Yeah. And you feel like you're insulting. But I really wanted to not have that kind of drama, situation, whatever, as part of my memory of getting married.
Good for you, man. That's really brave. And for him to listen on the other end of that and respect that, that's really, really kind. Because a lot of people would be in that situation like, well, I'm your parent.
Funny story. I do have a cousin and an uncle that got into a fight because of the drinking. From both sides of the family.
At your wedding?
At my wedding.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
But not really. But it is.
I know.
What are you going to do, right? Like you can, and that's a situation you can't control, but you tried to control as much of it as you can. And that's the
and I mean, it became a joke. You know, I showed up my cousin's wedding with boxing gloves.
Oh my God.
Because he felt horrible, right? But also, like, that was his wake up call to say, hey, alcohol affects me in ways that it shouldn't.
Yeah.
And I want to be done with that. And he changed his life because...
I have a funny story. Maybe I shouldn't say it, but I'm going to be very honest about this. Okay. So there's been times where I partake in marijuana. I have in the past, multiple times. And Paul and I went away recently. And I haven't smoked or anything in a very long time. I made a commitment to myself that I'm not going to do it. It doesn't serve me any justice, right? So Paul and I went away recently and we bought edibles. Well, I took one and it was very, very not fun, but it was hilarious because Paul was like, Melissa, I've never seen this. And it was the funniest thing. And literally I got home from the dinner and I sat there at the table and the couch and he's like, what's the matter? I'm like, I will never do that again. I said, I can't believe that I used to partake so many years ago. And now it just turned my stomach the wrong way. Like it was like, I don't understand why I did before, right? And then it was like, holy moly. Like he was driving home and I'm like, Paul, you got to slow down. He goes, Melissa, I'm going 50. I'm like, what? You're not going like 100? He's like, no, I'm going 50. You know? So I said to him, okay, whatever. I'll do whatever. But I just, even like the other day, watching something on TV and this dad did there's this new show with Tim Allen and, there's so many famous people in it. I think it's on Disney. And she's found like an edible. Her son had edibles. And she's like, hey, here's half. Do it. And I'm like, half, Paul? I said, I think I did like twice that when we were. And he's like, Melissa, you're too funny, right? And I'm like, whatever. And then Tim Allen took 2. And Paul was just in hysterics. He goes, yeah, that was you at dinner that night. And I'm like, Hodge, man. But I didn't realize. And to me, that was literally the time I sat down. And I was like, I don't think I could ever do that again. Much as injured didn't serve me. Before when I was younger, I thought, okay, whatever, once in a while here and there. But then recently I was like, what the hell, man? Like, am I that old? Like, it's like even like I'm not a really big drinker, but if I have wine, good night. I'm asleep after a glass of wine, right? But I can like drink hard liquor, 1 or 2, but still, put me to bed. Put me to bed. But it's interesting how it takes a situation to realize that it doesn't serve you. Some people will never realize that, and that's just their life path. But for me, it was like, oh my God.
And there's so many of those things, right? It's just that wake up call, like, hey, not for me.
No, it wasn't. And I even like every time I hear edible now, I look at Paul and he's like, yeah. I was going 50, Melissa. And I'm like, shut up.
When the kids were, it makes me think of the kids. When they were little, our rule was they had to eat at least a bite of everything on their plate.
Yeah, same with mine.
And so if they were, 6, they had to have 6 bites. Or if they were 9, they had to have 9 bites. And then if they really hated it, their saying was, Mom, not mine. Not mine.
It's good.
So you get to, and we still to this day, we're like, not mine.
Did your kids try foods?
They did. They were
Yeah.
pretty good. We would go to the grocery store and we would like buy a weird fruit and then we take it home and
Oh.
try it. I remember kumquats, those tiny
Oh
little
my gosh.
sour little orange things and but
good
yeah,
for
so
you.
we tried to make it a little adventure.
Lucas was beige. He was the beige diet for a long time.
Right.
Rice, chicken, pasta, anything white or beige, brown. Like Nathan though, that kid would try anything from anywhere. He still does. I wish I was like that.
That's cool. It's amazing.
So cool. But he has experienced so much because of that. Like his friends will be like, let's go to dinner here. Like sushi. I've never had sushi in my life. I do eat it now. And one time, that's actually how I found out I had thyroid issues. So Nathan was like, Mom, I had sushi. And I'm like, what's it like? He's like, well, we'll just go to like, I don't know, Fortino's or something and grab the sushi from there. I'm like, okay. So I got a little tray and I tried it. And I felt like my throat tingle. And I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. Maybe I'm allergic. But I've never been allergic to like artificial crab or anything like that. And then we got it a couple days later and I'm like, this is so weird. So I went to the doctor and I'm like, I feel like I have this. He goes, well, let me do some tests. And it came back. My thyroid levels were like through the roof. And he said, because of the seaweed, the wrap, it has high iodine levels. It was like affecting my thyroid.
Isn't that
So
interesting?
Nathan being open to trying foods with his friends, and then I tried it, like helped me diagnose my
Yeah.
thyroid, which was interesting. But Nathan tries everything. Like he's so. I wish I was like that. Maybe I'm more the beige diet, but he tries everything. Go to dinner with his friends. They'll go any restaurant. Mom, I went to this Korean barbecue place. I went over here. I went here. I'm like that. Buddy, man, good for you.
I do love that being up around here. There's so many
So many.
different food choices
Yeah.
and you know.
Even foods have changed here locally over the last little while. Like you find different restaurants and different things opening up, and you kind of want to try because it smells so good. And I try. We eat a lot of like Mediterranean-based food. We eat a lot of like
Oh, I want a roadie.
the best one.
Renee's?
Oh, I was gonna say. You ever try Corey's?
Oh, Corey's
It's
too.
good. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Paul loves
Now I
roadie.
want one.
Maybe I'll say, Paul, did you want a roadie for lunch? And he'll be like, sure. Can you go to Corey's and pick me up one? Yeah, like that. I know it's funny. I like that taste. I find it very calming. Like that roadie. I think it may be cumin or something in it. It's very like
Interesting.
calming to my stomach. Even Paul's business partners from Jordan, one of his business partners. And he had us try za'atar. Do you know what za'atar is? It's like this, it's like herbs, and they mix it with oil, and then you put it on like, I do it at home because I have pita or something, but they put it on like sauge. But it has the same thing. Like when I eat it, it's like a calm, like it makes me feel calm. It's so good. But then I wouldn't have tried that if Paul's business partner wasn't from Jordan, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's where the kunafa came from. Like with that kunafa again, my gosh. But no, I like trying different. I like trying things after Nathan tries them. I'm like, Nathan, I will try it once you try it. He's like, Mom, it's so good, just try it. And I'm like, okay. But even when we go for sushi, we'll go to like August 8 or something. He eats like all the, was it sashimi that's like raw? And I'm like, you eat that stuff? It's so good, Mom. I'm like, okay.
I'm not much of a...
I'm not either, but
Yeah.
he like,
My favorite is ramen.
oh.
I love ramen.
Do you go a place for ramen?
Well, it goes to me. Uber Eats.
Where do you get it from? I wouldn't
my
even know what to order.
My favorite is Kenzo, but they're only open like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm like, I got ramen issues on a Monday. Why aren't you open?
So what would you order?
I order the king ramen because it's enough for two, and I order an extra egg in it. So it's to me, and I don't know if this is what's in it. To me, it's like a beef broth base. It's got the skinny noodles. It's got all the stuff in it, and then it's got the egg in it, and I just like love
I've
it.
never had ramen, except for like Mr. Noodles.
Yeah, not the same.
That's as ramen as I get.
We'll
but
go
Nathan,
for ramen.
Yeah, we should. I've seen a lot.
But I
of
don't
them, and
like
I'm
pho. I mean, I'll eat pho if I can't get ramen, but I don't.
What's the difference?
One of them is miso based. So that is what I've discovered is that I'm not a huge fan of the miso base, but I like the broth based.
Might have to try that with you.
And I say that that's the difference. That is my understanding of the difference. I could be totally wrong on
Oh, you're
that.
probably right though. You've
don't-
tried it. I don't try it. I don't
But I
eat
do
that
know,
stuff.
like, I'm not a huge fan of miso. Because I know Bailey and I went for lunch in Hamilton, dinner in Hamilton, and I have no idea where we are. She lives out there. she took me, and it was this little restaurant that got really good reviews, and they do ramen because she knows I love ramen. So we went there, and like the menu was really big, and I'm like, okay, I don't know
What do I order?
really right. So I was like, okay, I don't like miso base. I love ramen. He's like, let me help you pick. And so I was like, I'm thinking this one. He goes, oh, that's a good choice. But it comes, it's miso based.
Oh.
And I'm like, she's like, do you like it? I'm like, it's okay. She goes, it's miso based. I'm like, I didn't know that.
You know what else we eat from Hamilton? I don't know if Bailey, you guys eat Filipino food. My uncle is from the Philippines, and when Easter came around, we would always do like one of our holidays was Filipino food, and he would order from a caterer, and we haven't been able to find any Filipino food. Like, it's hard. Like, you can order from a place in Burlington, it's like trays, but I'm like, who's gonna eat trays? There's this place in Hamilton called Adobo Queen. I think it's right Dundurn in York there. They have everything fresh. Paul and I go in and we get like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit. It's so good. It's like, I guess I'm hungry. Maybe I should have eaten dinner last night. Oh, girl.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever had Filipino food.
It's kind of like, like they have like empanada.
Oh, I love empanada.
So an empanada.
My girlfriend makes empanadas.
Really?
Marta?
Oh, for sure. So what does she, my mother-in-law makes them too. She puts raisins in them.
Nope.
Raisins,
It's meat.
egg, olive, and meat. And she'll ask me, she'll say, do you want raisins? I'm like, yeah. No one else eats them with the raisins. That raisin gives it a little bit of sweetness.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's no raisins in it. But then she makes these dulce la leche ones.
Oh, what?
With peach and dulce la leche in them. Look how sexy I say that. She'll be so proud of me. That dulce la leche. Tobaganing. She says words. I'm like, just speak, Marta. I love how it sounds.
Oh,
but
my
yeah.
mother-in-law speaks Spanish too. It's so nice.
But oh my God, yeah, she'll come over and I'll bake with her. I feel like a little kid.
Really?
She's just
oh,
like,
how fun is that?
got it all going on, and I'm like, what can I do?
Peach. I love warm peaches.
Oh yeah,
So good.
that is such a great dessert. Let me tell
we
you.
have to try that. Marta, thank you very much.
I know.
Liberation of quitting. We talked. No, times you walked away. The myth of best self. Do we even need to constantly improve, or can we just be?
I think that's really about mindset,
Yeah.
right? If you are unhappy, it's time for a little shakeup.
But what's improving? Is it how I would think of it is, what do we really need to improve? I think it's more about educating and learning as important to it.
I'm a huge fan of educating. I am always,
I think we're good as we are,
yeah.
but I think if we want to learn something or educate ourselves in something, that's,
I think when it comes to relationships,
yeah.
leading people, finding inner joy, those are always areas for improvement and learning. Not necessarily improvement, but learning. Right? Learning how to communicate better, learning how to understand your feelings better, learning how to deal with your emotions better.
Yeah. I say I have to learn something new every day.
Ooh, that's
It is a big one. I don't know if I do or not. I probably don't. But I think if I'm open to learning something new, then there's something new to learn. And it can be anything. It could be like, well, that camera doesn't work like that. Or it could be, it doesn't have to be anything specific. I think I'm always open to learning. I don't know.
Last night I showed Sean this TikTok. It was this Chinese medicine. And the guy's on like, your farts are telling you something. If your fart smells like this,
Oh my God.
then it's telling you this. If your fart smells like this, it's telling you this. If your fart has no smell, then it's telling you this. I said, see, I'm just doing scientific experiments.
That's pretty funny though, but that's pretty interesting. You need to find it and send it to me. My dog farting up a storm lately, and I'm like, man, I don't know what you ate, but
Yeah, it talked about if it was not processing, like, and it
Makes sense.
stuck in your stomach fermenting.
Yeah.
Those are the real bad ones. So
that's undigestible.
Yes.
Whatever you ate did not digest, and that one is coming out like that.
Yeah.
No, I think learning for me is important, and I'm open to learning continually. So I've always said education is not just when you're supposed to go to school. I've always said that I would continue to go back to school. I think, or I don't know. I like learning. I've never been
I like learning too.
Like, I think it's pretty awesome. I think we have the capacity to learn. We have the capacity to grow. So I'm open to it.
I'm a CPA. And with it,
Number lady.
there is your personal development. So they have annual requirements of so many hours of personal
Oh,
development.
yeah. Realtors have that too. I think I should do mine.
Yes, you should. Which is good because like you're made to do it. And so I try, accounting can be a little dry.
Yeah.
And I'm not in accounting, right? Like I am not doing taxes. I'm not doing, I'm reading financial statements. I'm making business decisions. I know what I'm doing. I'm good with that, So I like to focus on like, how is AI impacting accounting? And, there's always an ethics course involved with it, which is really good.
It's important.
Leadership. Those are courses that I like to delve into because, working with a team of people, you're always, but even like just dealing with family issues and stuff like that. Like you're always trying to be the best version of yourself. And even with our stylists, we introduced something this year called the Stylist Academy. And so my feeling is while we have these stylists with us, I want them to leave better than they came. That's
awesome.
like the girl guide in me, right?
Oh, but that's awesome.
Right. And so with that is always little bits of training. So we have these little 5-minute videos in our training academy, 5 or 10 minutes. And it's just a little snippet of, if it's goal setting, if it's, the last one we did was AI, like an introduction to AI and how it's going to impact what you do. Because our stylists range from their 20s up to their 80s.
Yeah, but that's a good thing because it may allow an individual to want more.
Yes.
Right? So then it increases, like, it's not just learning that, but it's like, oh, I learned that. I like that. I want to know more. And it may cause them to go on their own and do something or ask you. I think that's very, very smart. It's a very good business model to have. It's not just about like people coming in, selling your product, but they leave, like you said, with something or being
I want them to have skills that they take with them.
Like that.
My grandfather, I remember being a kid down in Florida, and they had a trailer home down in Florida.
You've been going to Florida since you were a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Shut the front door. I did not know that. I thought this was like a new
for
thing.
Easter. No.
Really?
Yeah, we would go spend Easter with them. The Easter Bunny came down there. We always got skipping ropes or those little things that you put around your ankle and you
Oh my God. And it checks the numbers?
Uh-huh. And so I remember sitting at the table and he would have corn on the cob with salt and pepper. And he would corn all over his chin and butter and everything. And he would start sneezing. And he would sneeze so much the doorbell would ring.
What?
Yep. The doorbell would ring on the trail, the home. Yeah.
Why would it ring?
I don't know. It must just have been the shaking, and there must have been a loose wire or something. But
oh my gosh,
it was so funny.
I didn't know you went to Florida from when you were young. Yeah. That's cool to know.
And we would have Cookie Crisp cereal.
I just saw someone pour Cookie Crisp the other day on
didn't know they
Instagram.
Still made it.
I think it's a U.S.-based cereal. My friend Nikki used to say all the time that when you go to the U.S., like if you ever cross the border, grab that, and we grab 2 or 3 boxes from her for her. But she lives in like BC now.
Totally not a healthy cereal.
No, but whatever.
But yeah, I'm cookies for breakfast.
You can make little cookies and make it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'd be the same.
I don't know.
But I see people make pancake cereal and do all that weird stuff. I don't know. Not my thing. But I do eat sugar for breakfast sometimes. Most of the time. Yeah, so constantly improving. Yes. Can we just be? Yes, we can just be in the moment. You don't need to improve or get better. You can just be who you are in the moment. And then I think when you feel like you want to do something, then do it. There doesn't have to be a need to do it every day. Like, and I say like, I want to learn something new every day. I don't learn something new every day, but I do look for things that I've learned every day. Like if it's in the moment, you say something and I'm like, like you. I just learned that you went to Florida. Like to me, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that, but that's,
it's exciting. Right. Like I was at a conference the other week and it's exciting, right? Like there's an energy about it and
such a good energy.
Yeah, even if it's like online or if it's in person or, listening to a podcast. There's many things like that Dan Martell podcast.
I know, so good, eh?
Learned so many things off of him. So I think that's fantastic.
Well, I listened to a podcast the other day. You told me to listen to Call Her Daddy, so I listened to Call Her Daddy, and Cardi B was on it. So I learned a lot about Cardi B
I'm sure that
and
would be great.
her Brazilian butt lift and all that stuff. But I actually listened to it in the shower, so it was, it's just fun. Like, I love it. But I watched that documentary on Disney about her.
Oh, yeah?
Which was phenomenal. It
About
was
Cardi B?
No,
Or
Alex Cooper. Is that her name?
Yeah.
It's just 2 parts. I was kind of sad. It was only 2 episodes. I was like, she could have gone so much more. But it talked about how she started, how the podcast started. And I was like, girl, man, that's when I messaged you. I'm like, this is so cool. Talked about she had a little bit of a situation when she was in college where she was sexually... I don't know if she was assaulted or she was sexually harassed by her coach, which she talks about, which I thought was pretty brave of her. Mm-hmm. She was one of the top soccer players in the U.S. I did not know that.
I didn't know that.
Which was amazing. She went to BU, and that's where this happened. She said the female coach was so focused on her personal life, like asking her questions about, like, oh, did you have sex with him? Like stuff that you're like, hey, time out there.
Yeah.
But then it talked about how she went
and as a young woman... It's hard to know when to say no.
Especially when you're doing something you love.
Yeah.
Right? And you feel that
yeah,
is related, right? Like if I say no or if I don't say this to somebody, are they not going to let me play?
Yeah.
And this coach didn't let her play. Like they were like in one of the final games and they didn't let her play. Like it was crazy. And then she went on to talk about how she went from podcast to her live stuff, which was really interesting. But I just thought it was great. Like you had mentioned it. I had never heard of the podcast, which was crazy. It showed how she started with Barstool Sports, which was, I know who that is because of the hockey stuff. And I'm like, well, how do I not know about this? And it talked about how her and her girlfriend were together and they had different ideas and pretty brave of her. I thought they had a few year contract and it came up and he said, if you stay one more year, you can have all the rights to call her daddy. And her girlfriend was like, no. And she's like, well, I'm going to do it. She stayed one more year and then got all the rights to it. And then so she's evolved. It talks about how she's evolved in her podcast and talking about certain things. So I thought it was really interesting, but I was kind of sad it was only 2 episodes. I was like,
Are they dropping more?
I don't know. I don't think so. And then it showed on stage. It showed her partner. I think his name's Matt. I don't really know. Can't remember.
And I do think like having this social media, having access to all this information helps us grow, right? Like you think of us as teenagers or young in our 20s, like we never would have learned any of this stuff.
No. Me in college, I don't know what I learned.
I was just home this week and was trying to do something and my mom is talking about we don't have the encyclopedias anymore and I think,
oh my gosh, encyclopedias,
right? Like that was,
hold on, let me do research for my project.
That was the internet.
Oh my God, I'm going to mention that to my kids. You know what, I'm going to go home and ask them if they know an encyclopedia. I'll tell you the funniest story. Talking about words just triggered something. So I said to Lucas one day, do we have that ghetto blaster? And Lucas like, Mom, isn't that a gun? I was like, what? And so then I went to the hockey team. I'm like, okay, I'm going to ask all the guys. I'm going to ask them, do you know what this is? And they were like, what's that? And I'm like, oh my gosh, how do you not know? But how different.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
do you remember your first ghetto blaster?
I do.
What did it look like?
It's like black.
Mine was gray. It's like silvery gray.
You had like the Run DMC one, like this one.
It did, yeah. But it wasn't like long. It was like more
tall
square,
and skinny.
Yeah.
Right? Mine was long and like I think mine had a CD player in it.
Mine did not. No, it was tapes.
Mine had CD and tapes.
My youth was no CDs.
Right. Okay, I went to Toys R Us this week.
They still open?
Not many of them. So Daniel's 3 today.
Oh.
So I called him this morning, said happy birthday. And I said, Paul, let's go to Toys R Us. Like, where do you shop for toys for kids? I go to Mastermind. I love Mastermind. I think it's such a great store.
It is.
Walmart, just depending on the Walmart, it's just hard to find. I'm excited about the new Walmart. But I said, let's go to Toys R Us. We went to Toys R Us at Sherway. We pulled in the parking lot. There was one car. I said, is this for real? I said, maybe it's closed. No, the store was open. We went in and I was shocked. I walked around that store and I said to Paul, I can't believe there's not more people in this store. Like totally shocked to find that like that. I was shocked. I said to Paul, like, that's just weird. Like, I felt like the store.
When was the last time you were in a store?
Haha. Like, what kind of store?
Other than Toys R Us. So before Toys R Us, because you went to it.
Yeah, I went to Pennington's this week. That was it. And I find now I'm going back to that. Like, yeah, I like to buy online too, but then I'm like, I don't know what size I am. And you know what? I've been really trying this year to get out of my head in terms of an actual size. I think I've seen a lot out there, and it's like, it's not a matter of a size, it's what you feel comfortable in.
It is. Because when you feel good, you look good.
Yeah. And
that's one of our things we say all the time, right? Like,
it's so hard because there's all these sizes, and you think you're a size, and then you go in and you let yourself down, and you're like, this is horrible. I gained weight. I feel like this, blah, blah, blah. And you feel like silliness. So I went in and I was like, you know what? I'm going to look for a sweater. And I was like, I just pulled out a sweater, and I'm like, oh, I bought 2 sizes that I thought maybe. And I'm like, I didn't really care. I put the bigger one on, and I was like, oh, I like it. More comfortable. I felt great in it. How I wanted it to hang. If I would have went in,
strap my stuff.
Right. If I went in with my size I thought I was,
yeah,
I would have been disappointed. And I'm like, I don't want to be here. But no, that's the last time I was in. And I've been in Pennington's, honestly, 3 times in the last maybe 2 months.
Wow.
I don't really go shopping, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go and try some stuff on, and then I feel better.
I go look in my closet. It's about 10,000 pairs of leggings in there.
I know. You're kind of lucky in that way.
I am lucky.
I do have a lot of leggings. I do, but I don't have like a lot of like business clothes. It sounds weird, but I don't have a lot of business clothes. Like I do, but
yeah, for your open houses and going to show. Yeah,
I'm more like I'll wear the same
when you're
pants.
At home stamping, you're not wearing business clothes.
No, you see me in my flyer stuff all the time. I'm like leggings, flyer stuff, hair up, and and I don't really care what I look like when I stamp. And some people are like, well, why don't you go live? And I'm like, do you want to see me in the same stuff that I wear every day? But then I'm like, I
have to put a bra on, and I don't want to.
God. No bra. Yeah. I'm a no bra girl, man, when I don't have to wear one. Probably this afternoon, I'll take it off before I go to hockey and be like, okay, give the girls a relief.
Yeah.
And then I'll put it on to go out. I don't know. I'm bigger chested, so it kind of sucks. It's just so uncomfortable sometimes. I'll never forget my girlfriend when I was pregnant with Nathan. I was a triple G, which was huge.
I can't even imagine.
Well, I'll tell you how you imagine it. I took my bra. She was at my house, and one of my bras were on my bed, and I turned it around, and she was wearing one cup on her head like a hat. And she's like, Melissa, I cannot believe how big your boobs are. And I'm like, what the fudge? And I was shocked. And it was like the most painful transition being pregnant. Going that big and then trying to breastfeed.
Oh,
and then I laugh because I say I'm all show, no go. That was nothing. I think it was dust. It was like, I got mastitis in both my breasts after trying to breastfeed for 3 days. I had to go to the hospital, and my dad.
Oh, it's the most painful.
Yeah. My dad, owning a dairy farm, says to me, that's what the cows used to get, Melissa. I'm like, you know what? You know where to go? And I'm like, yeah, I know where to go. I'm like, the hospital. And I'll never forget coming home and just like in the shower. And I said, I will not do this again. Yeah. I will not do this. My girlfriend, Monica, very tiny. Man, she'd shoot that shit across the room. Psh. I'm like, what the hell? She would pump and she'd get like 3 bottles. Here I am 1 hour later, not even an ounce. And I'm like,
I think one of the most overrated things they ever talk about is breastfeeding. I was able to breastfeed Carter for 3 months, and then he got a tooth, and I'm like, you're done. Yeah. It was very early. And he is the most severe asthmatic with full allergies. Bailey, because she was taken away and she ended up in NICU in London when I was in Windsor, she did not get breastfed at all because I pumped for a while, and then it was like, no, we're not doing this. And she was far better. So I'm like, it's just a bunch
I'll never forget. And I remember going in with Lucas, and they're like, I came in with my formula. I'm like, do not even ask.
Yeah, don't.
No way. These are.
And you get looked at like, you
want to try?
A good mom.
No, I do not want to try. I'm like, forget it. I tried the first time, didn't work. We're not doing that again. And the crazy thing is with Nathan, I was so sick with him. I was on so many drugs. Like, I say this, like, literally, I was on Demerol shots and Tylenol 3. And my doctor said to me back then, you could even ask Paul, I swear on whatever you want me to swear on, Just pump through it, give it to him, and it will make him sleep. That kid was like this for 3 weeks. He did not sleep. I was in the hospital. He was awake. Paul says, Melissa, I'll never forget. I put Nathan down. I just given him a bottle, breast milk. I look at Nathan. I close my eyes. I wake up. I look at Nathan. He's still awake staring at me. Didn't fall asleep. I'm like, not like I wasn't on any good drugs. Like I was, like I said, Demerol shots and Tylenol 3 and whatever else they gave me in the hospital. But I just don't get it. Listen, if it works for you, it works for you.
Yeah,
good for you.
Totally, yeah.
100%. Didn't work for me.
Because it is much easier, right? Like, you don't have to do bottles. You don't have to...
And it's cheaper.
Roll over in bed. And like, there are definitely benefits to it.
No. I'll show no go. Didn't really care, to be honest with you. That's when I was mediocre and I didn't care.
The biggest I ever got was a C.
Girl, man.
But I do look at it like, okay, now that I'm older, I'm not going to have drag marks behind me.
Oh, no, mine are already way behind me. I'm like, for crying out loud. Like, oh, it's so bad. Listen.
Yeah.
My husband's a boob man, so I don't really care. But at the end of the day, for me, it's like, no. It's painful. It was painful. It's painful.
Oh, that was so painful. The stopping part.
Oh, see, I just stopped right away because that mastitis screwed me right up. I was like, forget it. I remember like the red mark and the fever.
Fire.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell, man? Why does that happen? Why do you even give us these to do this and then you screw us like that? Yeah. Like, it's horrible. So, finding joy in the ordinary. I love to cook. I think that's a big thing for Paul and I. We actually take the time to cook. I know it's nothing fancy, but I don't know. I enjoy it. I take the time and I like...
There's just something special about just being there together, kind of like getting away from all the noise and working on something together and then sitting down and eating.
And we work together a lot. Like, so Paul and I work together a lot. Like, I think with the hockey team we work.
Yeah.
But for cooking or doing something together at home, it's just like... It's okay. Even like I posted the other day, us just sitting on the couch watching TV. Like it's so, life is so glamorized through social media. It's so much like, oh, you have to be jet setting or you have to be traveling or you have to buy this and you have to go to this fancy dinner. No, you can find joy in everything you do. And it's those moments that I think are even more special because those are the moments you remember. Like a trip, that's there and gone, right? You take pictures, it's good. But you spend more of your time in those mediocre moments. And if you don't find joy in those, then what is there? Right? Like, I don't know. What do you find joy in that's mediocre? Like, I don't know.
Definitely car rides, right? Yeah. Like if we're kind of on the road a little bit for different things and those... using those moments to just reconnect and have conversations.
Yeah. It's like a date, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we're going here today. Like even tomorrow morning, Paul and I were going to Toronto. It's not that far, but we'll go and like, we'll grab breakfast or we'll like grab a coffee.
Sean and I went probably about 3 weeks ago. We went and had breakfast at like Sunset Grill or something. Nice. And I was like, oh my God, this feels so normal.
Yeah.
Right. And sometimes
brings you back.
Right. Like you just get so...
And it energizes you in a different way, right? Than just...
It's like a breath.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Sometimes when you go out, like it's an ordeal.
Yeah.
Like you got to get ready and you got to finish work and then you got to do your hair and then you got to like, I don't know, you got to like be put together, I guess. Like I'm not always put together, but you know, like let's just go for the car. Like honestly, when COVID happened, it was great. Not for COVID, but Paul and I drove a lot of places. So we experienced a lot of Ontario that we had never experienced before. And that was just through drives. We're like, let's go, I don't know, Port Dover, or let's go to this. We'd find a restaurant that was like top rated or a different restaurant. And we would grab dinner, go to the closest park, open the car door, eat dinner, talk. And we found a lot of great restaurants that way. One of my favorite restaurants is in, I think it's Pelham. That's what it's called. Root and Bone. Didn't realize it was one of the top restaurants in Canada. Top 100 restaurants, I think, in Canada. All farm to table. One of the best like dinners we've ever had. And we've been back like 2 or 3 times and never eaten in the restaurant.
Really?
Just always ordered takeout and gone to the same park.
That's so funny. Funny, if you want to find parks in your neighborhood, list your house for sale. And Sean and I have found some of the best little parks.
That's a great idea.
Because, you know, when someone's coming to see your house, then you're going to find a place to hang out for a
I
little bit
know.
and going and sitting at a park and just relaxing and taking a breath.
And those moments are nice, like going for the quiet walks or, nothing that's in the hustle and bustle of life. Like when you step back and you're like, let's just go for a drive, or like, let's go get an ice cream, or let's go walk downtown, or wherever, go for a drive. Like sometimes we'll even drive up north where there's no lights just to look at the stars. I love the stars. So like whenever there's stars out, Paul's like, let's go.
I love Coronation Park at Christmas.
Oh, it's so good.
When
right?
they have the lights.
So nice that they do that.
And just sitting there under the magic of the lights.
I love that they've done that over the last little while.
And I love that they keep it into January, because January is such a dark and heavy month that it's sort of just, I don't know what it is about those lights that is so magical.
So magical. Christmas is magical. I love Christmas. I know you like Halloween. That's coming up.
Yes, it is.
This is magical in its own right.
Working on some outfit
Oh
ideas.
my gosh. You'll use your leggings for those outfits?
Yes.
Oh, that's
so I
cool.
was, this time was theming it around black. All around, and
my type of outfit.
And so many are, right? So I was trying to come up with different ideas, and we have a lot of fun with it in the office. So we do have, like, we did the Teletubbies one year. That was so much fun. We've so many different ideas, and our local stylists will come in and help us on those days. And one year, one of our
Do you have a
stylists,
contest for your stylists?
oh, that's a great idea.
To create, like, come up with your best costume idea.
That's a great idea.
And then, like, pull it out.
One of our stylists, her son was young, and he came in dressed as a magician. And so the videos, he's like abracadabra, and then the marketing team like pulled it together. So poof, and then
I love that.
There's an outfit. Yeah.
We
It's
sat
really
with this
cool.
young boy on Friday was it Friday or last Saturday at our hockey game? He was from the opposing team, and his mom was there, and he came in. He's such a cute little kid. I've seen him around the arena. And then he sat with my girlfriend and I, and he like checked people in. He had his stamp. Oh, maybe I still have my stamp because I don't wash myself that well, obviously. But he had this stamp, and I'm like, can you just stamp the bracelets? So like for admission. Oh my God, we had so much fun. And then he'd be in the arena, and he'd call me and my girlfriend. He's like, hey, thing one and thing two. It's what he calls thing one, thing two. Can I ask you if you want to come hang out with my friends and I and eat some chips? And I'm like, thank you, but we're going to have our own fun. But it was so much fun. We had such a good time with it. And just the stories they tell, and
Young energy.
I know, right? And then the mom was like, are you okay with him? I'm like, he can come anytime. Like, trust me, he can be here anytime. And I said, you should get a job at your arena. He goes, no, they won't let me. And I said, let me talk to the guy, right? So then the whole game, he was like, can you come talk to him? He's upstairs right now. I said, well, he has to be it's his job right now. I said, but I'll talk to him after. And then at the end of the game, he goes, thing two. He called me thing two. He goes, thing two. He goes, I talked to him. He's going to let me do tickets when I go. I'm like, see? I asked him about a bank card. He goes, oh, I'm not getting a bank card. Then I'd have to share my money. I'm like, oh my God, you're hilarious.
A little entrepreneur in the making.
I go, yeah, but you have to share your money. He goes, yeah, but I have to share my money, but my mom is broke. I'm like, we're all broke. And he says, no. And I'm like, yeah, we are. He goes, well, why would you be broke? I'm like, because we give it all to you. I'm like, that's what we do as parents. Everything's for you guys. And he says, I didn't really think of that. And I'm like, oh, you don't.
That's hilarious.
Oh, we had a good time. I love little kids. I love when they get involved in everything. But I think it's important to get them involved in everything, right? People are always like, have fun with them.
Yep.
Love it, Donna. Love it.
I think to our younger selves, you don't need to be, don't drive yourself Nucking Futz trying to be perfect.
100%.
You miss out on too much.
You do. And I did for a long time. I'm sure you've been through stages where you feel like it has to be perfect. But as I get older, as I've gotten older, I realize that it doesn't have to be perfect. The aesthetic on Instagram doesn't have to be perfect. This doesn't have to be perfect in terms of my business. I can have days off. I can go on and everything will still be fine, right? Just take the time. Take the time for yourself. Otherwise, you will go Nucking Futz.
You will.
And you'll be trying to perfect this thing that will never be perfected.
Yeah. Enjoy the ride.
More than the ride. Joy it all. Never know when it's going to end. Thank you for joining us today at the Nucking Futz podcast.
If you like this podcast, please share by liking and subscribing. Feel free to leave any comments and reach us at hello@thenuckingfutz.com.
Just a reminder, this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. If you are struggling, know that you are not alone. Please reach out for professional help.
You can join our newsletter at thenuckingfutz.com to follow our journey. Looking for Donna at work? You can find her great leggings and leisure wear as well at She's Got Legs.
Looking for me, Melissa Hall? You can reach me at Brag About It Jewelry or I am Melissa Hall for real estate.